This one's the pound yen on the 5. We have a breakout pattern, pretty much just a 1-to-1 here. It is the lower time frame. I am going to go out and do the higher time frame and just show you why I'm looking at this market breaking out, and a few things where you just pick up with your eye, and that only comes from experience and time in the market, and I have a lot of time in the market, thousands of hours. We are breaking to the downside here. It is looking like we are going to get a daily break below, close below, unless something obscure happens and we rally 100 pips the other way. We are making lower low, lower closes. We have just surpassed a psychological number, 139 flat. Very happy about that. I don't like taking trade at those psychological numbers. Even here on the 60, we are moving quite nicely like this, going down to the 15. Okay, here on the 15 we have a lovely move lower, and this isn't a flag. You can treat it as one, but it wasn't one that met my rules. Treat it as a breakout pattern, and then we saw a move lower. When we see one breakout pattern, if we're moving quite directionally, sometimes we see multiple. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up here for another test. There is room to go. There's nothing left. Already shown you. This is a heavy downtrend. Look at what we're doing. In a heavy downtrend like this, we can be more aggressive. Looking for that 127 extension. Because of the reward to risk here, it does mean that I'm only... Ooh, I've not got my target in the right place. Right, one second, just in case we spike down. Okay. I could be more aggressive because we're seeing breakout patterns, we're moving directionally. This here, we're adhering to this trend line. Why does this not look right? I'm on the 15. Right, let me go to the 5. Looks different to what I've just drawn out. I've got my stop here on the 5. See this little double top here, this little retest, 3, 4, 5 pips above it, but due to the reward to risk, I've had to play for pretty much that 127 just to give me a 1-to-1. So okay, so the risk on this trade 16, the reward only from running by 1 pip is 18. I'm going to make that 2 pips. So the reward on this trade is 17. So just a 1-to-1, but it doesn't matter because it is high probability. We have a triangle which meets the rules. It has a win rate of anywhere between 60 and 70% depending on the circumstances that it forms. We have a good place to put stops behind that retest, that double top that occurred at trend line structure on the 5 minute. We have targets which are achievable. We're not at a psychological number. We had a breakout pattern just before it. We're trending, high probability trade. Give me a 1-to-1 risk to reward any day. We're back. I drew my fibs out from the wrong place. Swing low down here to the start of the pole up here, and I had my fibs in the wrong spot. So we're looking at 19 pips of reward. So we're back on the pound yen and we've had the move lower. You can see we spiked through my order there, but we have not hit the 127. So actually let me go to the 15. There's 2 patterns here actually, on the 5 and the 15. And I'm in the bigger pattern. So making sure that my fibs are in the right place. Just want to make sure. Yeah, front running by 3 pips, so still worth 19 pips. This, we're simply just going to wait for this to spike back through and for it to take. And we are back, and we have now rallied down to hit 4 plus 19 pips. Just a nice little day trade which took 1 hour from my entry roughly. High probability trade, 19 pips.